Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to cut straight through the confusion around Lyme disease. It's a really tricky illness, and it seems to be getting more common here in the UK.
It absolutely is.
So our mission, using insights from sources like Blood Test UK, is to figure out why it's so hard to catch early. Really just to give you a shortcut to staying safe. So, okay, let's unpack this. What exactly is Lyme disease, and why the focus on the UK?
It's a really crucial topic, especially if you love being outdoors here. Lyme disease comes from a germ, a bacteria, that's carried by infected ticks.
Okay.
And here in the UK, we're mostly talking about the sheep tick. It's scientifically known as Ixodes ricinus. When they bite, they can pass that bacteria right into your system.
So the tick is the villain, but where is the danger zone? If someone's planning a hike, where are these little guys hiding?
Well, that's the thing. The risk is really concentrated. Ticks love damp, grassy, and wooded areas. And, Blood Test UK and other sources point to specific hotspots. Think of places like the New Forest, the South Downs, and big parts of Scotland. And it's not a year-round thing either. The risk really shoots up in spring and summer. That's when they're most active.
Okay, so we've got the map. Let's talk about detection. What's the one thing someone absolutely needs to look for right after they've been outside?
This is the most important piece of information, really. The classic sign is a special circular rash. Doctors call it erythema migrans.
The circle rash.
Exactly, the circle rash. It often looks like a bullseye, but besides that, you might just feel incredibly tired, run a fever, or have these deep muscle aches.
And why is spotting that rash or those aches so important? What's the benefit of catching it right away?
It changes everything. If you see those signs and get on antibiotics quickly, you can often recover completely. The real benefit, the payoff, is stopping it from becoming a long-term problem.
You mean this like chronic pain?
Exactly. Chronic pain, serious joint issues. Catching it early, as the data from Blood Test UK confirms, is the key to protecting your long-term health.
This is where it gets really interesting for me, though. If that rash is so unique, so bullseye-like, how on earth do doctors miss it?
It's a great question, and there are a few challenges. The first is what we call mimicking. The symptoms, like the tiredness and aches.
Yeah.
They look just like a common virus. Or they can look a lot like long-term conditions, things like fibromyalgia or even chronic fatigue syndrome. So a misdiagnosis can easily happen.
So you're fighting an illness that's in disguise, basically. And I hear the testing isn't perfect either.
That's the second challenge. Exactly. The blood tests, they look for antibodies, but they can give a false negative early on. Your body just hasn't had time to react yet.
So you could have it, but the test says you don't.
Yes. Sometimes the NHS needs to do repeat testing weeks later to be sure. And on top of all that, there's this localization disparity. People in rural, high-risk areas sometimes have a harder time getting to a doctor quickly, which just causes more delays.
That is a lot to deal with. So what does this all mean for us, for someone who just loves a good walk in the woods? How do we stay safe?
There are some really effective strategies. It's like a layered defense. First, clothing. Wear long sleeves, and this is the important bitwear trousers tucked into your socks.
Not the most fashionable look, I have to say.
No, but it works. Second, use an insect repellent with DET. That specific ingredient is proven to work against ticks. And third, and this is the most critical, do a thorough tick check the second you get home.
And the big picture benefit of all this knowledge?
It's public awareness. That's our best defense. The more people who know the UK hotspots, who recognize that circle rash and who act immediately, the fewer people will suffer long term. And that's really the core finding from the experts at Blood Test UK.
A really powerful takeaway. So remember the hotspots, look for that rash, and always do a tick check. But here's something to think about. Our sources mention that some people feel sick for a long time, even after treatment. So why is continuous follow-up care so essential, and what might that even look like? Something to mull over next time you head out.